So we up in Harlem, Lenox Avenue, West 117th Street. This is Nice Effects, the channel. I'm gonna walk through Harlem until we get somewhere downtown. Let's go. Pretty nice out today. Supposed to hit around 80. Supposed to be like a 50% chance of rain. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I bought an umbrella anyway. You can never tell. It's like 12:40 p.m. Yeah, 12:40 p.m. New York time. Since it's a Sunday, it won't be as busy. I'm pretty sure downtown is going to be kind of crowded. We have a march down there, a parade. So maybe we'll walk into that. Depends how far I walk in. I'm on the west side and walking further to the west side rather than the east. So we might wind up on Broadway. Plus, I'm trying to duck the music. Anybody playing music, copywritten music, I'm trying to get away from that. Did something like a 3-hour walk yesterday. And Dragon Con for the first time at Washington Square Park. That's a food festival of Chinese food. They said they're gonna have a few more this year, well, at least next month. I'll try to make that. I'm not sure if they're gonna keep having it at Washington Square Park. They might switch it up. You might go to Union Square, Bryant Park, who knows. Is that you, Joe? I got the screen kind of low. I don't want the phone to overheat. I gotta wait till I get in a little bit of shade. How you doing, Joe? It is. That's the problem I had last year with the other phone, where it kept overheating. The screen was all the way up because of the bright light, so the screen would get real bright. So that will overheat from the sun and the phone being a high intensity on the screen. If I would have been up here, if I would have finished earlier, I would have went to my old neighborhood up in Harlem. I'm not too far from it now anyway. I just don't want to be bumping into people. It's blasted music. I went to, what's that place? Times Square. That's why I got hit with the music. And it showed up on my phone. Well, channel. So that's what happened with that. I got, what you would call it? Copyright claim. Yeah, I finished that job. She didn't have nothing extra for me to do this time. And surprises. That was the first surprise anyway. Yeah, the last time I was at our house. It's nice out. There's no wind, even though they said all this rain might happen. It's like every hour is 30% chance of rain, so the sky is kind of broken up in clouds. So if it does rain, it might just be showers. I don't think it's going to be a full-on rain. It'll probably just shower, and that'll probably be it. By the way, that name I kept forgetting. The guy name was Dr. Bobby Price. Check out his YouTube channel when you get a chance. He's a doctor and also he does herbal medicine. How you doing, Birdie Z? Yeah, see, when I come to Harlem, I have to come here real early. Like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And there's nobody playing music. And right when I say that, I hear music. I don't know if I'm jinxing myself or what. It's insane. Like, I can hear the music before y'all hear it. Wait a minute, I think the parade starts up here. Does it? You got the street closed off. I'm gonna be a little curious and see what's going on. I know that parade started already because I saw somebody, what's his name? Super Friends N.Y.C. He's out there already. I think the parade started at 12. Let me get off. It's like this whole block is blocked off. I don't get it. Just to let you know, we on West 117th Street, Frederick Douglass Boulevard. Like every block got these, I mean, as far as the eye can see, going this way and going this way. Like every block has the streets blocked off. So I really don't know what's going on. Something I wasn't aware of. I'm gonna go this way. Probably go one block down and one block across. Excuse me, sir. No, I don't want to listen. I'm gonna walk further down. I see some type of tent put up. Maybe they have some answers that I may have questions to. And then I hear music that way. Sound like it might be live. Man, it's nice right now. Real nice. It sounds like I said, a live band. I don't think it's how you doing? I don't think it's straight music being played, like just a loud system. Man, they started early. It was almost 1 o'clock, so. This is where it stops. These guardrails. This is like 2 more blocks that I can see. Let me keep walking. Nice. And these are not old buildings. These are new. These are not like original, like 100-year-old buildings. They put up new buildings with an old design. That's an old building. 2 across the street. Those are old. And that's new. At least they didn't do it where, like some areas of downtown where they have old buildings, then they'll put up new buildings. New buildings will be so tall, they dwarf the old buildings, and then it looks out of place. Put buildings of the same like stature, like height, and give it the same like look, then it's worth it. But not put some building up that's huge and the other buildings are small and they don't have that same look. You know, I'm not too far from, I used to be in the Cadet Corps back in the 70s. And yeah, I used to go to, the name of the company we was in was Church of the Masses. It was a church. The funny thing was we didn't do anything church related. We just used the church to do our Cadet Corps drills, meetings, things of that nature. How you doing, RJ? Yeah, but that's I'm pretty sure I won't remember exactly where it's at if I go over there. I'm walking in the street just for dusk. The scaffolding. I can't stand the scaffolding. That's why I'm in the street. Let me just walk. So now we're going south. I was going to take the train when I finished the job. I was going to take the train and go as high as 135th or 145th and walk down. I said, you know what, let me just wait it up. Wait. Just take it from where I'm at. I'm kind of thinking of going to B&H Photo. I hear music. Hold on, people. Nah, maybe he'll get cracks. Sometimes the exhaust will overshadow the music. And now we're on Manhattan Avenue. We're on West 116th Street. My brother and I used to walk. I'm just gonna take that short walk. We used to walk from Lenox Avenue, and then we'll hit this park, which is Morningside Park, and then we'll walk going back uptown. Sorry about that, people. It's the cars now that's rolling around with the loud sound. Yeah, 116 was rough back in the 70s. And when we was kids, my father had us walking. He just showed us how to get that way. Get to where we had to go a few times, and then we wound up walking by ourselves. Did that for 2 years. Ain't nobody bother us though. We look like soldiers walking the street. Army fatigues. See, this is Morningside Park. Then we used to take this all the way up. Not all the way up, but somewhat. Until we hit the church. I'm not gonna go that far though. It didn't look nothing like this when I was a kid. Didn't look this good. That's for sure. This light change. Yeah. Because what really happened, a lot of these buildings got bought up. So now you got to have like most of it, not all of them, but most of them. Well, this is a new building. Yeah, this is one that's new in the middle. See? It's sandwiched between two old buildings. That's an old building and the other building next to it. So whatever building, they probably didn't think it was probably worth it to try to save it. So they just destroyed it, raised it down, and put up a new one. That's not too much taller than the rest of them. Most of these buildings are like 5 stories high. No elevators, but that new building, it probably has an elevator. I'm pretty sure of that. These buildings are like 100+ years old. Okay. Well, they're working on this building now. Not this one, but this one. You see the scaffolding in front of it? So they redoing the whole building. And that's Morningside Park. And I gotta come out here, like I said, early in the morning. Maybe like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and walk all the way from uptown. And just take the walk. Well, the building I used to live in, it was city housing. Well, it is city housing. It's still there. It's not like they destroyed it. I used to live on 114th Street, Lenox Avenue. There's no wind around here, or very little of it. Dog probably don't like the sound of the scooter. They don't like skateboards. I don't understand that. Dogs don't like skateboards. The group I used to ride with, what was so funny was, the dog was making all this noise, like he wanted to rip, like he wanted to rip the board apart. So the guy let the dog get on the board, and he was just like, I don't know. It looked like he was happy more than he was mad. Couldn't understand that one. Well, why dogs do that, but that's dumb and I hear music. I'm saying change direction. Well, the good thing about changing direction, I'm just not on one straight path. Rather than just walking Broadway and it's just Broadway. And eventually, after I get something to eat, all I had was water. And you can see that's new buildings. Well, the one with the glass on it. And pretty much any of the buildings that's after World War II may have elevators. Usually the buildings before World War II, I'm not sure, they may not have elevators. See, this is what I was talking about with the guardrails. police line. I know they do this on Columbus Avenue. I think around, what is it? 90s, 86th Street or something like that. They close the streets off every block just the way it's done here. It says paint pour. What made me come over here, I saw those colors and it looked like, if you're familiar with skirmish, game where you paintball, they call it paintball, but back in the 80s they used to call it skirmish. Those things hurt. I'm glad I never played that game. The guys at the gym I used to go to in Staten Island, you could tell when they lost. Because, I don't know, maybe they don't hit as hard now, but back then in the 80s, when those paintball pellets hit you, they bruise you. Straight up, they bruise you. You leave red marks on you and everything. Yeah, they used to ask me to show up. Man, why don't you come with us and play? I was like, nah, man. All they had was army fatigue type stuff. That's when it was kind of like newish to play that game, like the mid 80s. Well, it was new to me, I'll put it that way. And back then they used to use big Polaroid pictures. Like, I don't know, it was like 8x10, something like that. And yeah, those guys would come back and there'd be like 12 of them, 12 to 15 guys. And then they'll play against another set of guys. But another deterrent for me was, I was like, look, man, I'm not going to do it, because not only is it painful, I would have been the only black guy there. I was like, man, you crazy? And then they play against guys that was war veterans. Like some of the guys was from the Korean War. And some of the guys, I wasn't there, but they would tell me. And some of the guys was from Vietnam. And back then, at that time, the Rambo knife, the Bowie knife, or the Bowie knife, what you want to call it, that was a popular knife because of those Rambo movies. They told me guys was carrying it. I was like, yo, I'm not taking no cuts from nobody. You don't know if somebody's gonna lose it. But years later, those games became so popular that they had tournaments for money. And I mean, not like this Frederick Douglass statue. I'm not talking like, oh, $10,000. These guys be playing for $150,000. Yeah, Frederick Douglass. Yeah, so you can get, you know, the tournament. A tournament you have to enter anyway. I only knew because they told me about it. We at Central Park right now. This guy blasting music. I just don't want to turn the microphone off and you just be in dead silence. Let's wait for them to disappear. All right, I think I'm gonna walk up the block. I'm still gonna go across town. I came this way before for the Mexican Day parade. But I took the bus, got up around this area and walked up to catch up to the parade. So I'm gonna go a little across town right now. Yeah, all these buildings are new. They just redid everything. Well, it's gentrification, basically. That's what it is. If you want to learn about that on video, gentrification, they got a video called The 1%. And they'll tell you what they do. When they want to move people out, and they want to take it over. Back at Morningside Park, Manhattan Avenue. My phone will hold up because I have my phone hooked up to a battery pack. So I don't have to worry about battery life. So instead of taking the main streets, I'm just gonna walk the smaller blocks. And then go back and forth on main streets and small blocks, the smaller streets. That's a church. Okay, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I hear music. So that's why I'm like, Larry, how you doing? I just switched direction. The building right there is a church. You'll never believe it, but it is. Now the wind is picking up. But it feels good though. Well, they kept it simple on that building. It's called the telephone building. So any telephone company could take it over. Verizon has it right now. cooking something, man. This smells good. Now that I can't do. I can sit outside, but I just can't sit around like that for long. I'm either gonna ride a bicycle or a skateboard. I'm gonna do something. I don't play cards anyway. Or dominoes, those type of games. Only games I probably would play is a video game. And I got rid of all of my video games. I'm telling you, if you're not the type to play video games and you get on it and you get into that game, you'll never know how long you're gonna be on that damn game. You can be on it for hours, and I mean, like, get it. I'd rather do something else. What made me get rid of my video games was I always used to play video games when the winter came around. I had the PlayStation. And 3 years went by and I didn't play the game at all. I was like, man, let me get rid of this thing. So I took it to a place called Book Off and sold it to them, an Asian spot. The fire department, ambulance. Yeah, man, I took it to them. They'll buy your old stuff like computers, games, things like that. I took like, the good thing is, if you have old video games, keep the boxes if you buy something new. I never had gotten rid of my boxes because I used to take the games and put it right back in the box, right back in the packaging. And then that's when the spring would come around. And then when it got cold again, take everything out, plug it up to the TV and go. Look at that dog. He looked at me like, I heard you. Oh man. Look at that. It's a new building also. This is the old building that they just hooked up. I'm pretty sure most of the people own the apartments they're in this area. I'm trying to give you all 360 of where I'm at. The area like this, it'll stay pretty much quiet. When you hit like the main streets, that's when the noise, the music and everything else will start kicking up. You're just gonna hear birds around here. Check this out. Somebody got this building for sale. Let's take a look at it. About 3 stories high. So you can imagine what that costs. All of those are new buildings across the street. None of those are old. These are old. It's going by the brick layout. And this is New York City housing. Frederick Douglass houses. Says without a struggle, there can be no progress. Yeah, I can't show you all the buildings because of the trees. But they got the new mixed up with the old. Still kind of early. It's like 1:20 p.m. New York time. And all these buildings here is old. When I was a kid, I'm talking like 10, 9, my brother used to walk us everywhere. My brother Jim, late brother Jim. We didn't take the train or the bus. Everything was walk. Same thing with my mother. We didn't take trains or buses. That was rare. I mean, unless we were running late on something. But my brother, forget it. Everything was a walk. You know, West 102nd Street, Manhattan Avenue. I'm only walking the street so y'all can get a good look at where I'm at. Plus I'm walking against traffic, so I see what's coming. Oh, you got an electric skateboard. Oh man. Sorry people. He was playing music, that's why I turned the microphone off. Central Park is 1 block away. That I wouldn't mind living around this area. Central Park is right down a block. I'd be in Central Park all the time. That's what we used to mainly do. Around winter time, you go to Central Park, ice skate. They have an ice skating / swimming pool in Central Park on 110th Street. So in the winter time, you go there to ice skate. Summertime, you go there to swim. Also in the winter time, what we used to do was go sledding, because they got a lot of hills in Central Park anyway. Especially on that end of the park, the northern end. It's a lot of hills to slide down. So that's what we would do in the, like I said, the winter. We weren't sledding, we were ice skating. Summertime come, we want to cool off, we go swimming. Because in the 70s, it was super cheap. It's like a dime to go swimming. And I think a quarter to go ice skating. So there was no real expense in that end. Hey, that's me. Oh man. Right now we're on Columbus Avenue. We're on West 99th Street in Columbus. All right. Never stand in this path that I'm walking in. This is the bike lane. The only cars that's supposed to come through here, vehicles, other than bikes, skateboards. You probably see the police or a fire truck will take that route if the main part of the street is taken up. But don't stand there, because people, especially with the electric scooters, anything electric, they get on a path like that, they drive fast. So most of the scooters, they can hit from 15 miles per hour up to 40 and 50 miles per hour. So you definitely don't want to be on that bike path. Anytime you see that bike path, don't stand in it. Stay on the sidewalk. Really, those guys that's doing it, they don't supposed to do it, but once you get that momentum of going fast, you're not going to want to slow down. Even bicycles, you know, especially if you know the lane is for you and nobody's supposed to be in that lane, like standing around, because people are standing in it like it's a sidewalk. Don't do it. By the time you turn your head and they come down, they're gonna do their best to swerve away from you, but it may not happen and you might get hit. Check that out, Jamrock Jerk. And they playing music, so I'm gonna keep it moving. Girl's tank I was working on, she was telling me there's a Caribbean event, concert Queens. I didn't have that in mind. I didn't know about it anyway, but if I would have known about it, I would have probably went there first. But that would have been copywritten music. But it doesn't bother me really when I'm just standing around. When I'm walking for miles, then it'll get up. Then I wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to get those strikes against me, copyright claims. Like yesterday, I did all of that walking, get to Times Square. That's why I get hit with the copyright claim. We're on West 96th Street, and Columbus Avenue. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna rain today. The sky is pretty much broken up. Thanks for the compliment on the hat.
Taking my picture.
I'm glad he said that because I'm gonna take a picture anyway. No, I can't do it on this one. Yeah, we got scaffolding on both sides of the street. We'll go up another block. I don't want to turn the microphone off. Once we get to change the blocks up a little bit. But next time I'm up here, I'm not going to walk the same route. It'll be all mixed up and you see something different. It's another church. I think this is a Jewish one. Yeah, it's a Jewish church. St. Bernard. Big dog, man. Get them big dogs. Big food bills, big walks, everything big. Yes, it is definitely the Upper West Side. Like I said, areas like this is where most people that own the apartment that they're in. We had one client, I can't remember their name. They owned the whole building. And the building was like, I think 4 stories. Yeah, they had a saltwater fish tank in a place. And we had to go there like, I think, every 2 weeks. Because I didn't stay working on that particular client. I would go there sometimes to cover for somebody else. Right now we're walking towards Broadway, which I believe is the next block. By the way, that's the longest block, well, longest street in Manhattan, Broadway. Goes from the South Ferry almost all the way uptown to the tip of Manhattan for both tips.
All right, big buck.
All right, all right. A lot of pigeons on this corner right here. So the chances are there's no hawks around here. That many pigeons? It could be. But it's far away from Central Park. We're on Broadway right now. And speak of the pigeons, here they go. I don't think I'm gonna stay on Broadway. We're gonna kind of take it up. We're on West 94th Street. Let's see if I can zoom out, make this thing a little bit wider. way I can see a little bit more than usual. Sometimes I have the camera kind of close so you can see everything a little bit closer. I'm just trying to duck the scaffolding, that's why I'm crossing the street. Steps got him tired. All the subway stations they build now, they all have elevators and escalators. Thanks again, Joe.
It's like you're gonna hit the end of the second song. What is it, Rodeo?
I used to work at a Wiz around this area, not too far from me. I think it was 86th Street or 87th Street and Broadway. I worked at a few Wiz's. One on 8th Street, 6th Avenue, and one on 8th Street and Broadway. One up here, 86 and Broadway. There's another one, 14th Street, Union Square. We used to compete with them a lot. Well, the managers was into that kind of stuff. And we beat their numbers today. Like the manager will call the other manager from 14th Street and Union Square. He'll call the 8th Street. What your numbers are at now, like sales, service. Service is when you sell somebody, if anything goes wrong, like warranty. Basically, that's what it was. What we call the service. Man, this scaffolding is everywhere. I'm trying to duck it. I may have to walk a block over. I'm like people walking in the street. But they ain't give you nothing when it's not like they said, you know, we beat their numbers today or anything like that. You know, give us some donuts or pizza or some junk like that. They ain't do that. They just pressure us to make a sale. That I don't miss. That's for sure. I did not miss that. Across the street. Starting to wonder if it's gonna rain. Wind is picking up. Usually when the wind picks up, it means it's gonna rain. I don't know, maybe they're right. It just might rain, but I'll just probably duck into the train station. If it does, if it rains, it might, the wind might pick up. I remember this. This lion. If I'm not mistaken, they have a truck where they ride with that lion on it, advertising the business. It's one of those trucks that has, it's like a flatbed truck without the sides. Similar to a flatbed truck you would use to haul a car. And they playing music, so I'm trying to duck that. Alright. Where we at now, 48 p.m., 84 degrees. I might just get a second phone down the road. Like I had two before. Let me know if any buffering is going on. I haven't seen any signs of it. It can always happen. Yeah, this block is loaded with scaffolding. That's why I'm in the street. It's depressing walking under scaffolding. Waiting for one more guy to come with his bike and then I'm gonna start walking. Look how fast these scooters are. They have no helmet on. No leather jackets, nothing. If they crash, that's instant road rash. You got to be doing at least 35. This is probably one of the only stores that's still in business. PC Richards. One of the chain stores. They've been open since 1901. Those are the guys we should have been like, what kind of numbers you're doing? But they didn't do it. But then again, if you get one company against the next company, who's gonna tell the truth? Like, I lost today, you won yesterday. Who's really gonna be honest? You know, so that's why the stores competed against one another. As in the Wiz against the Wiz. One store, you know, 1-2 blocks away from each other. I'm across the street. Okay, no buffering, that's good news.
About you, don't worry about it. Don't worry, that's fine.
This is a good day to be outside, that's for sure. Feels nice. I believe it's almost 2 o'clock. Pretty sure y'all can hear the wind picking up. We walk 1 block over. Now we're gonna hit West End Avenue. You might not bump into so much scaffolding, plus to get a different look. You're off the main street. Or at least the most popular. There's scaffolding over here too. Can't duck it. Look at that small little building. And all of those buildings are old. But that small building is older than both of them. So you can imagine how old that building is. It's got to be well over 100 years old. Still got a fire escape. It's amazing they didn't knock it down during the time that they had buildings of that size. Back in right after World War II, that's when a lot of buildings started to get knocked down by a guy by the name of Robert Moses. Made sure of that. He started putting up a bunch of new buildings during that era. Can't get the guy's name. I know his name is LaGuardia. He tried to slow him down, but his health started failing, and then Robert Moses took over. Because I think LaGuardia died of cancer. And once he died, that gave Robert Moses the go-ahead. And he just did everything he wanted, pretty much. He even got a small park named after him. I visited it one time doing this, a walking tour. It's all the way on the east side, close to the highway. It's a small park. This place is hilly. I wouldn't want to ride a bike around here doing this. I would get an electric bike. Or get one of those either electric bike or electric scooter or a unicycle, electric unicycle. Unicycles, your hands are free. We're gonna hit back on Broadway. Maybe as we go, it won't be so much scaffolding. I think that's the temperature high for today. 84 degrees. This building extends to the next block. The block we just came off. That's how big this building is. felt some raindrops. Unless that was air conditioning. Probably was air conditioning.
That's so exciting.
Moment, people. Somebody's playing music, that's what out their car. So I turned the microphone off for that moment.
I didn't tell you.
That is a grand building right here. Looks real nice. If anyone's familiar with the name Harry Belafonte, the one who passed away, he used to live in that building. I used to work on a fish tank in that building. That's an old bank. Still is a bank, but they turned it into apartments. But the space in there is insane. Every room is huge. Nothing small about it. This is that same building that looks grand. One of the guys I used to work on his fish tank, he told me that building is not that good. That's what he told me. So he moved out and moved in to a building a block over. Yeah, it's a nice looking building, but that's what he said. Maybe on the outside it looks great, but the inside, he said it's mainly a maintenance issue. He was in a more modern building. Pretty sure that building may have elevators. I never asked this. I'm not sure. He lives in this building right here. Right now we're on West 72nd Street, Broadway. Okay, people, this is gonna be it. It's like almost 2:15. All I got is water in my stomach. I'm gonna end the stream right here. Gotta get something to munch on. I may have to hit B&H Photo. Yeah, crowd down the block. Okay, people, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to this channel. This is what I do. Walking tours, live streaming, 1080 4K videos of live streams. I do events, and I do short form videos of the trains, buses, boats of New York City and the terminals. So like I said, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. So hope to see you on the next one. Thanks again, Joe, and those who tuned in, Birdie. And have a good day. I just might come back. I'm not sure. I want to see if it's actually going to rain. It might rain as soon as I go in. All right, y'all take it easy. Have a good day.